Hello, and welcome to the WISEST STEM Mentoring Series, learning from the women that inspire us. This series will be comprised of 5 segments, taking you through different topics like the challenges of pursuing STEM, schooling experiences, and general STEM career advice, just to list a few. If you pledge to participate, or your teacher pledged to participate, you will have received a corresponding worksheet. If not, send us an email at wisest.outreach@ualberta.ca and we'll get it to you as soon as we can. Without further ado, we're going to be listening in on advice on making the decision to pursue STEM.
We had a career counselor at my high school, which is nice. I don't know how common that is. And so she sort of knew a little bit about different programs that exist at the universities, and so talking to someone who has that knowledge is good. I almost think it would be more useful to talk to like current students at a university in some way.
What we're doing today.
Because they're going to have more current information than.
So was the career counselor the one who helped you decide to go into engineering, or was that something you came to on your own?
Yeah, no, that I came to on my own actually.
Okay. And that was that from taking specific courses in high school or any extracurricular activities, anything like that?
I would say it was a combination of taking specific courses and just really enjoying physics and biology, and then just learning that like biomedical engineering was possibly a thing that might allow me to sort of combine those interests. And then also I had some of my friends' parents were engineers, and so they sort of encouraged me to look into engineering also.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I also remember taking comm class in high school, career and life management, and I mean, as a high school student attending these kind of classes, most people are rolling their eyes, including myself. But I have to say that it was in that class, exploring some kind of career program or something, that I realized that I wanted to be a plant biologist. I knew I always wanted to be in science. I knew I wanted to be a scientist, but I didn't know what type of science that I was interested in. And I think generally the take-home message is kind of you do have to sit down and spend some time thinking about these things. You do have to go online and like play around with some of these career programs just to get ideas and explore the options. I think before I took comm, I didn't know that botanist was a thing that I could be, and you have to sit down and spend some time and think about it and explore to figure out what you want to do.
What kind of careers can be pursued after a Bachelor of Science degree?
Lots.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a lot. I think you start when you're in school and you're doing your degree, you're so like you have blinders on and you think that this is the only options for you, is like right in the same trajectory as what you're going on in like your chemistry world. I would never have thought that I would be working for an engineering research company doing chemistry like ever. Mm-hmm. So everything. I don't know how else to answer that.
Yeah, totally. So I can again speak for I have some friends who are working as foresters. I have some friends who, in more of kind of the biology realm, I have friends who moved to Africa and started working with big game animals. I have friends who became zookeepers. I have friends who, it's actually really cool. I have friends all around the world now. They've like moved, and I would say probably about half of them have gone to grad school. I know, especially for a lot of biology fields, it seems like getting full-time permanent jobs, grad school is usually a much bigger deal than it seems like some other types of fields. And I think part of that is just that there's just so many more people that seem to go into biology. And a lot of that depends on kind of the specific subsect. I know a lot of friends who went into wildlife biology. There's so many people in wildlife biology that they have a really hard time finding permanent jobs. And so and then a lot of them, are like, well, maybe I want to be a lawyer, or I want to, go into policy or those types of things. A lot of my friends that had similar majors and degrees that I did are working as forest health specialists now. And so they're either working for the Forest Service or different states or provinces, surveying forests and looking at forest management. I have some friends who work in integrated pest management for like the cannabis industry. So they go through the greenhouses and look for different insect or fungal pests that are doing those types of things too. And I don't know, there are so many different options, and it totally depends on your degree, which direction you might want to go in.
So I even have friends that also work in the cannabis industry, and they're on the other half of it doing a lot of the quality control and analysis testing and stuff like that, and doing a lot of the research on where the other world of cannabis can take you. So yeah, everything.
It's interesting because I would say a lot of people, in my experience, I would say like half people work for the government in some way. In my some people are park rangers. Some people, work seasonally as technicians, and then I don't know, become ski bums in the winter. There are lots of people who do that. And then if you end up going back for a master's or a PhD in biology, at least your opportunities change significantly. And again, it depends on the type of biology that you're interested in. And I'm just speaking to my personal experience here. If people in environmental biology, I know a lot of people who took more of the kind of human or medical biology route, and there's a lot of technician jobs and those types of permanent jobs that you can get kind of right off the bat. So.
All right, the world works. Awesome.
Yeah.
So mine's maybe a little different. I was always good at math and science, and I was actually a summer research student in the WISEST program. So up until then, I had no idea what engineering was. It wasn't ever talked about in my school. I'm from a rural community, so I did a summer in chemical engineering, and then was like, okay, I'll go into engineering, and that's how it happened.
That's so cool. Years later, here I am. Yeah. Very cool.
So I was that kid who liked science. I was always really good with my numbers. Like I was in numbers, everything. And my parents used to buy me a lot of children's experiment books, and I had little experiment kits. I was the kid that had that childhood chemistry set. And for a long time, I always liked science, but I thought I was actually going to be a chef. And then in grade 11, we had someone come in and talk to us about her career in plastics. And I was like, wow, you can do really cool things with plastics, and that's chemistry. And then, still thought I was going to be a chef, and took a lot of time off after high school, and realized that no, chef wasn't for me because it's all really hard work, but I always liked chemistry, and chemistry is basically cooking but with chemicals. So I decided to do chemistry.
That's totally right.
Let's say keep your options open, especially in high school. So kind of take all the courses that you need to go into the STEM field that you're thinking about, and in university as well. I know engineering is a little bit more strict with this, but if you're in sciences, you can kind of take other courses from different faculties and kind of play around for a year and see what you like, and then decide on your major. So I would say that you definitely don't have to decide on your major right now. So you can take your time with it and explore for a bit.
Yeah, and I would say, like you said, take as many courses as you can in high school. I never took physics, and that's a requirement to get into engineering. So I had to take physics 30 in like 2 months over the summer so that I could get into engineering in September, which wasn't the most fun. So definitely don't limit yourself in high school. And then once you get to university, you don't have to have everything figured out right away. And if you do, that's great, but you probably won't. You'll probably change your mind. And if you're thinking about something, but maybe you're a little bit scared, I would say go for it. You have no idea what you're capable of. And you just, I'm sure you can do it just as much as anyone else. So don't let any fear you might have kind of stop you. I'll just say go for it. Try to be a leader as much as you can, even if don't feel like you're ready for it. Be confident and stick up for yourself, and make sure you use your voice. If you just kind of sit back timidly and let all these things happen to you, people aren't they might not take you to be the strong, capable person that you are. So definitely have confidence going in, even if you don't feel it, kind of fake it till you make it, and you will make it. So definitely try to be confident, and you're very capable. So don't let that hold you back.
I mean, definitely just take what you want in STEM for yourself. No one is going to come hand it over to you. And I would just say be strong, and sometimes it is difficult if you're in a field where you don't see women represented in your field. So that definitely can kind of, demotivate you, or not make you feel different, or that you don't belong. But I say that definitely shouldn't stop you from going into that field. You need to make a place for yourself there, and encourage other women to join as well.
Yeah, who's actually not even really interested in STEM. I'm just going by having now taught for several years and talked to several, several students in that. Do what you love, okay? This is going to sound bad. If there's any parents listening, please cover your ears right now. Don't feel forced that you have to do what your parents think you want to do. I love STEM. That's why I'm in it. My parents, again, were very, do whatever you want. Though I have to admit, at one point, I think I gave my dad apoplexy because I was within 6 months of finishing my PhD, and I got him on the phone as a joke. I was like, Dad, I don't think I like this neuroscience thing. I'm going to transfer into marine biology. And I think he actually dropped the phone. I was like, I'm joking. You notice I chose another science, though. I wasn't going into, yeah. But you're going to be doing this. And as I said, you can change field, but you're going to be doing this the rest of your life. So try and find something that you love to do. Because if you're, I think I come across as fairly passionate about what I do, but that means it's enjoyable. If you have to go to work every day and hate your job, you just don't want to do it. So find something you're really passionate about, whether it's STEM or, something else.
I would just say keep working hard, and if you really know you want something, and if STEM is something you really want to do, I would definitely say go for it, and to kind of seek out opportunities and to make that path for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. If you want something, go after it, and you probably will change your mind at some point, and that's totally fine. You don't have to have everything figured out in high school. Yeah. Even now, I change my mind all the time. So, and I think a lot of people are like that, not just me. So,
Absolutely.
You don't have to have everything figured out, and just sort of enjoy it because you don't know what you're going to become. So, it's amazing.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you learned something new. If you have any questions you'd like answered, send them over to us at wisest.outreach@ualberta.ca. We'll try to answer them in our Q&A segment on Friday, May 15th.